America. I believe from the sound of that music that it's time to welcome you to Dow's Weekly Digest. And our theme for this week, the manual, change. And to start us off with this theme, let's look at a little cowboy wisdom. Is there a manual? First chronicled by the famous Western writer, Zane Grey. In 1934, he had a novel and he calls it The Code of the West. Now, no written code was ever actually existed. However, the hardy pioneers who lived in the West were bound by these unwritten rules that centered on hospitality, fair play, loyalty, and respect for the land. If you broke these, you became more or less a social outcast. His friends hazed him and put into cutbacks, and he was subject to the punishment of the very code that he had broken. Though, as I said, the code of the West was always unwritten. But here's a loose list of some of the guidelines. We'll cover a few now and the balance next week. Don't inquire into a person's past. Take the measure of a man for what he is today. Never steal another man's horse. A horse thief pays with his life. Defend yourself whenever necessary. Look out for your own. Remove your guns when sitting at the dinner table. Never order anything weaker than whiskey. Don't make a threat without expecting dire consequences. Never pass anyone on the trail without saying howdy. And always follow the golden rule, the manual, the code of the West. And let's see how a little South Dakota trivia can contribute to our theme for today, the manual. In which South Dakota county was the first public school established here in South Dakota, and how long did they meet that first year? Answer: Bonhomie County. The first school was established in 1860, having 9 students, and that first class they met for 3 months. Now, within 3 years, approximately 385 additional public schools were built in Dakota Territory. If you think back, when we first went to school, that definitely involved change. And there was a type of manual there. They called them textbooks. One of the first ones I remember was a book that had some characters, Dick and Jane, and his little sister Sally, along with their pets, Spot, the dog, and Puff, the kitty. One of my first manuals. And what does the Book of Wisdom say about man's manual, the Bible? Well, let me start with this quote that you may have heard from me before. It comes from one of our esteemed presidents of the United States. This president said, "Within the covers of the Bible are the answers to all the problems men and women face." The Bible. Blessed instructions before leaving earth. Let's start with the Old Testament, the book of Isaiah, chapter 40, verse 8. The grass withers, the flowers fade, but the word of our God will stand forever. And reflecting on the New Testament, 2 Timothy chapter 3, verse 16. All scripture is breathed out by God and profitable for teaching, reproof, correction, and for training in righteousness. The manual. Almost 50 years ago, the first week of my career path was in a small room. There were 8 manuals as big as this. And that first week, my job was to read those manuals, take notes, and then at the end of the week, different experienced associates would come in and ask me questions and give me feedback. That first week, I practically wrote my own manual, taking the notes, preparing for those unknown questions. But this process would later serve me very, very well, knowing and understanding the manual, particularly from my experienced associates. I'm still studying manuals. We recently obtained a new company car. With all the electronics, the bells and whistles, I am just now starting to go through the manual on what all the features and the dials are and the safety features available to me. The manual, still studying. And to some of you out there, perhaps you may feel that our FMI Agent, our website, could be a kind of a manual also. Now hopefully the segments covered in Dow's Weekly Digest has been helpful to you. And you picked up that there is always someone there to assist you from your dedicated team, especially your internal wholesaler. So let's go to the manual, fmiAgent.com, and explore the section today of our premier carrier being featured, Principal, a leader in our industry. I'm at the top of the toolbar, and so let's click on to Agent Tools, and let's go down to Products. Now we're going to scroll down. Let's scroll down to Premier Life Carriers, and this week it's Principal. So let's click on to the Principal website. Now I know you probably know where I'm headed. Let's go to News, and I want to look at April 12th, the power of three. It's kind of interesting. This concept is a combination of services and products that's going to allow you to shorten the underwriting process and provide options to meet different risk tolerance and make an automatic income process. It's going to seem simple. The intro page here on this brochure tells us that there is a fast growing market segment that includes people that we know. In fact, you probably know a lot of them, because it's projected that there will be over 73 million people in the retirement income market by the year 2030. And these individuals that you know, and they might need to know you if you don't know them. They need to know you. They face pre-retirement challenges such as few pension plans, uncertainty about Social Security and future tax legislation. Indeed, reliance on personal savings, contribution limits on qualified plans. The power of three of these three segments of accelerated underwriting, number two being accumulation focused life insurance, and finally automated income. On page 1 of this brochure, Principal gives you a segmentation of individuals and then businesses that may be prime prospects. As they point out, it is a crucial time in the retirement income market, and you can make your clients be prepared. Looking at this first segment then, accelerated underwriting. It points out that accelerated underwriting is, of course, less intrusive, less of a hassle, and takes less time. Your qualified clients will love the process. That eliminates the inconvenience of medical exams and delivers a quicker decision. On to segment 2, accumulation focused life insurance. That points out, with Principal, you have choices to find the right product to fit the needs of each and every one of your clients. And Principal knows that that is essential. From their universal life with steady fixed rate growth, ideal for situations where consistent and more predictable cash value growth, that is important. Or you can pivot to Index Universal Life, which can possess index-linked growth with downside interest rate protection. Use this with clients who seek greater cash value growth than the declared rate products, but who do not want the volatility of full market participation. So the bottom line is trust, value, and service. Trust, simple, transparent designs that are easy to understand and no hidden gotchas. Value, features that enhance and simplify their lives. Service, working with principal associates, people from principal who take pride in their being accessible, caring, and being responsive. On to segment 3, automated income. That points out the convenience of your client leaving the details to principal, acknowledging that your clients are busy. And when it's time to start the income distribution, principal's automatic income management platform, now that's designed to eliminate the burden on them and on you. This feature makes sure that key actions occur automatically and just the right time. That's important because skipping or mistiming any actions could lead to reduced income or worse, a tax liability. The bottom line is it may be tempting to pick a policy based strictly on highly illustrated income values. But what about administration? The reality is few carriers automate the process like Principal does. To get more information on Principal's Power of 3, a simplified retirement income solution, be sure to contact your dedicated team member, your SME, subject matter expert, your internal wholesaler. Let them walk you through the manual. Principal's video that I'm going to show you today, I describe as using the drone concept. And what I mean by that is I think it is up above and we're able to look at a panoramic view from the present day to retirement and that journey in between. I think that you'll enjoy it. And ask yourself this, is this something that I could forward to my potential client, my existing clients, to motivate them to take the next step?
What are you looking forward to in retirement? For many, it's the freedom to do what you want when you want. Sounds great, right? The big question today is how to afford it. The retirement income landscape is changing, and now more than ever, your secure retirement is up to you. So take charge and make sure you have enough to live the retirement lifestyle you've dreamed of. If you plan ahead, stay focused on your goal, and stick with it, you can get there. Start by contributing to your employer-sponsored 401k account, an individual retirement account, IRA, or other types of retirement plans available to you. That can be a great first step. Adding a cash value life insurance policy to supplement these plans may also be a smart move. You might be wondering, doesn't that just protect my family when I die? Sure, that's the primary benefit, but it does so much more. In fact, over half of life insurance owners say one reason they bought it was to help them save more for retirement. Here's how it works. You pay a policy premium. It pays for your life insurance coverage and builds cash value over time. Then, when needed, it can help provide a death benefit and access to the cash value. It's a solution that's there for you in many ways. When you die, you're covered. It can provide financial security for your family. In retirement, it helps you then too. Its cash value can be an additional income source. And along the way, it can help you pay big bills, such as the kids' college or costs from a chronic illness. Life insurance also offers 3 big advantages that can help minimize taxes. First, the death benefit paid to the loved ones you leave behind is income tax-free. Second, cash value in your policy builds faster because it grows tax-deferred. Third, policy withdrawals are generally received income tax-free, and that helps you diversify from other taxable assets. Plus, you're in control of when and how you take payments. There's no early withdrawal penalty and no required distributions. And payouts won't lower your Social Security benefit. A little time to plan today can help you look forward to retirement with more clarity and peace of mind. So make sure you're taking the lead and in charge of your retirement. And remember, we're always here to help. Share your retirement vision with your financial professional and talk about how life insurance can fit your financial plan, now, in retirement, and on your journey there.
A couple points I'd like to point out is this. I liked the phrase in the video, on that journey your client is looking for freedom. I like the 3 advantages of including life insurance in their retirement plan. I like it that they didn't overuse their own branding. It kept that drone concept where I could feel free to send to my client. I think you can gather. I enjoyed it. After all, there is no retirement manual where one size fits all. It needs to be specialized for each and every client, and our internal wholesalers are looking for ways every day on how they can assist you. Oh folks, knowing as President Ronald Reagan told us, within the covers of the Bible are the answers to all the problems men and women face. The manual. And knowing the formula, GP for you equals G. God's plan for you is great. And indeed, blessed are those who ease the pain of misfortune, for they shall be called insurance agents. You take care.